Okay, you want me to pick Invoker? Or do you want me to pick SF? I don't care. Okay. You're getting really good at your Shadow Fiend. That's what you're working on a lot. I picked Invoker, so. What style of Invoker do you want me to play? Do you want me to play Quas Wex? Do you want me to play Exhort? Do you want me to go like Forge Spirits, Alacrity? Like what do you want me to play? Exhort Quas. Okay, I'll do Exhort Quas then. I'll do the like Forge Spirit stuff. So because of Cold Snap, you mean? You can. It's just a little bit more challenging. Like, Invoker's a little bit tricky because, like, the Exhort variant tries to outlast hit you with more damage. So, like, that matchup in a lot of ways is you, like, it's you just farming with raises and pushing the wave into him and then going to jungle kind of thing. And then the Quas Wex matchup, like, Invoker doesn't actually have enough damage to keep up with you because of Necromastery, so you actually play it as, like, you pull the wave back and then you just deny the shit out of him. So, like, depending on what you see, your playstyle is actually very different. Like, I think you have to go Exhort Quas, or some form of Exhort versus Shadow Fiend, because otherwise your damage is just too low. Like, Invoker's base damage is 38, and he has, like, no mechanism to increase it without going Exhort. I'll look at that in a second, Clown. But, so, like, I think you dominate the Quas Mex matchup, but I think it's, like, 50-50 in the Exhort matchup. But again, it matters a lot more in lanes kind of thing. Like, your hero is a late game hero. And so, like, if you can win your lane as a late game hero, that's awesome. But Invoker's like an early mid game hero, so if he doesn't win the lane against you, then you're in trouble. Like, the pressure is on Invoker to win the lane, essentially. So exactly is the advantage of blocking at the start. Because I get the better block 90% of the time, and I don't know what to do. So what's that exactly? So, like, I blocked in such a way that the creep equilibrium is, like, on my hill. So I'm allowed to use vision. So, like, he can't see me. Yours is okay. Necrobook's okay, too. It really just depends on, like, which style of EQ you want to play. Yeah, it's tough after that. Invoker doesn't have, like, a obvious item build. I'll talk about it in a second. I'm gonna try and lane. Oops, clicked the wrong creep. But, like, you do a lot of walking around on SF. Like, just stop moving. Get to a good position and stop moving, right? Don't wander around. Goddamn. So do you know why the Tyro didn't aggro me there? If you can attack an enemy hero if you want under the tower, as long as the enemy tower is not killing the creep. So, like, if the creep that it's attacking has, like, a third HP or a quarter HP, you can actually attack the enemy hero under tower. The tower won't swap aggro. There, I got a last hit because I faked my auto attack, and you, like, took the bait. It's like something you can do to help get your last hits. Like, your biggest advantage against Invoker is that he cannot control the lane. Like, he doesn't have a nuke to push the wave, and you do. And so, like, you kind of abuse that. But that's true in a lot of SS matchups, you know? And, like, because Invoker doesn't like to go bottle, you know? Like, a lot of times if you can hit a raise on him and trade, and then, like, bottle abuse, you can win the matchup that way, too. Yeah, Quas is good, but bottle is better. Right? Like Tango's, maybe. But, like, an Exhort Invoker, a lot of the times, he doesn't want to level up Quas. Like, what was the point of walking up the hill there? Like, what did you accomplish? Did you want to hit me, or what? Oh. Yeah, I'm an Invoker. I don't usually go for the runes. I might send my Forge Spirit to deny it, but I'm not going for runes. I really don't care about most of them. And, like, I'm just playing the last hitting war with you. That's kind of what Invoker does on Exhort. He just tries to outlast hit you, and then, like, buy his Midas, and then outlevel you. I think you could have hit that raise. But, like, this is good. You're, like, setting up to raise, right? And then, like, one thing that I think is really common is that people will set up to raise like that, and then they'll raise. And, like, in this situation, it's fine, because you can go get the rune. But, a lot of what you can do is you can just set up to raise like that, and then not raise, right? Because then the threat of raising is always there. But, you don't necessarily need to use it, because it's kind of a waste of mana unless you're hitting the hero, too. Like, the only time, really, that I'll take a... Do you like that salve? Nice invis rune, though. If I moved more accordingly, then you wouldn't hit your raise, so I kind of messed up. Yeah, like, Cold Snap's hard to deal with. Like, you gotta stop, like, instead of, like, trying to raise someone and not expecting him to fight back, you've got to expect him to fight back, right? Like, he's gonna use his spells, right? People don't just keel over and die in lane. So, like, what you have to do, like, you're super dead now. Like, that was a terrible TP. Do you see how I, like, didn't aggro the tower? So if I plan my auto attacks around when, if I plan my auto attacks around when the tower is killing creeps, you can actually attack people under the tower without pulling aggro. Try again. So exactly is the advantage of blocking at the start, because I get a better block 90% of the time and I don't know what to do. So there are lots of advantages that you get from blocking well. One is that you're protected from ganks, right, because you're closer to your tower, so it's harder for, like, supports to sweep around behind you. The second is that you have better creep positioning, and the, like, because of the better creep positioning, you can actually last hit from out of vision of the other hero. And this is something you're just going to have to, like, get used to in the middle lane. This isn't true in the side lanes. But, like, you can play out of vision from the other hero, and it basically prevents them from doing, like, aggro mechanics and tricks. Other advantages, I mean, those are the two big ones. It also allows you to get kills more easily, is the biggest one. Like, this matchup is a little different, right? Again, like, SF is the late game hero here. Like, your goal versus a Invoker is just to survive and get as much farm as possible. And then if he plays poorly, you can win the lane. But like, you, most of the time, like, what you're looking to do is once you get a BKB, you're basically infinitely stronger than the Invoker in terms of your like game impact. Right? This isn't an SF versus an Ember, right, where you're the aggressive hero, or a SF versus a TA where you need to play aggressive to win the lane. Like, a lot of the time you can just sit back, farm, and then get your damage up, and if he tries to be aggressive on you, he's actually too slow to walk up and cold snap you. If he fucks up his spells and he wastes his cold snap, then maybe you go in for a raise combo, but like, you initiating aggression is misunderstanding the matchup. Yeah. So like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang out in the fog a lot, and I'm going to last hit, and my damage is going to get uber, and then I'm just going to deny the shit out of you. Like, that's my goal. Because like, you want experience and farm, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit in lane, I'm going to pull the wave back, I'm going to deny the crap out of you. Sit on my hill, sit out of range of your cold snap, and if you get aggro on me, I'll just walk away from your cold snap, and you won't do any damage. Like, that's the ideal situation for SF, even though it doesn't always happen. Yeah, play whatever you want, dude. Play whichever mode you want. You can go Quas Flex, you can play Exhort, I don't care. Like, give me your best. Because, like, how do you feel this matchup is? Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, play what you like. Exhort or Quas Flex. Invoker should win, but I actually think it's an SF favored matchup. But that's just my opinion. I don't think there's like a formula out there for this matchup right now, just mostly because Invoker is like not really picked. At least in the competitive scene. So I don't think there's any like formal like this hero should win theoretically. I'm gonna take Necromastery at 1. Because I don't think I need the raises. So one thing you can do as like an SF is like, I created a situation there with like the HP on the creeps to create a farm trade where 2 creeps essentially die at once, right? Your creep dies at once and mine creep dies. Like, this is a situation where we're creating a like the 2 creeps die at different times, so one person can get both. And like as an SF, for example, you can actually make it so that the 2 creeps tie at different times, and then you take the last hit and they take the last hit kind of thing. So it's a trade. And then if you want to contest, then you set it up such that that doesn't happen. That would have been a good cold snap for you. But you can see I'm just hanging back. Remember, anytime a hero goes for the rune, check and see what they have. Because you want to know if it was a real rune, you want to know if it's a bounty, you want to know if it's a haste. Every single time. You got to get in the habit of checking. And so like I pushed that one wave to go get the rune essentially, and now I'm going to try and pull back the wave and deny the crap out of you to get rid of your experience. See how I like feign aggression? I'm trying to get you to waste your cold snap. Whoops. So do you know why the creep's not aggroing me at all under the tower? Or the tower, I mean. Like there, I'm just not attacking you. Same as before, right? It's just tower diving mechanics. And as you play more, you get better at them, kind of thing. Like, it's really important to understand those. Yeah. Guess you gotta walk. But like at this point, right? Like I feel like I've done pretty well in this lane. I haven't gotten a lot of denies, but I'm 38 and 8 right now. And like at this stage, even if you got owned, for example, as an SF, right? Like all you have to do is you just walk up, you hit the creeps, raise, and then you're just stuck under your tower. And like your goal in this matchup, like especially if the Invoker goes Quaswex, like Quaswex wants to roam around the map and get kills. And so what you do as an SF in this matchup is you basically say, if you leave this lane, I will push down your tower. And you have to get a kill or you're going to lose your mid tier 1. Like that's basically what you're saying. And then all you do is you keep a lookout for the tornado coming up because like someone else can rotate in mid as well and get kills. Is it always a good idea to push against a melee hero? Low attack heroes? It can be. Depends on the melee hero, right? I know that's not like a great answer. I wanted that siege creep, dude. Don't you dare. But you can see, like, I'm almost inaccessible between how far back I'm sitting. Let's go stack. One thing that's nice about Tornado is that you can You can remove runes. Yeah, the debuff. I was just making sure you knew. Let's go get some creeps, hit level 9, and then we'll surprise him with a Requiem. I'm gonna need way more mana though. Yeah, those are fine. That's a fine build. That's like the Genki version. You can go the team fighty version. You can also go drums, like phase drums. That helps you more in the lane, right? Because it gives you a little bit more damage, which is like his weakness. So that can be good. You can also go Yules, and then use the Yules setup to get some kills, for example. But like, I was able to farm a Shadow Blade in 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And that's how you beat like Invoker. You just farm. Farm, farm, farm. Force him to be aggressive. Right, like, that's why I think it's SF favored. Just because SF has to trade, and Invoker has to play aggressive, but Invoker doesn't have a good way of jumping on top of you. Granted, the kill really like accelerated me towards them, but I still had 60 last hits in 8 minutes, you know? And I wasn't jungling very much. I jungled 2 camps just to get my level 9 so I could Requiem you. Try again. Seems good. Seems good. Is this helpful for you, Clown? You liking this? Are we swapping this time? Am I playing Invoker? Yeah, I'll pick Invoker. I think SF has to do more in this matchup in a lot of ways. I'm glad, Clown. I think these 1v1 guides are actually really helpful for people. At least I hope. I'll put some of them up on my YouTube too. If you have questions though, ask. Should charge this phone. I'll do it after this. When I play Invoker versus FF in my bracket, 90% of the times I win. Yeah, it's just different in different brackets, right? In my bracket, SF wins that matchup, I would say 85% of the time. But in your bracket, it's different, right? Like every bracket has their own meta. Hey Guru, I'm a 4.5k player, and I'm having issue climbing to 5k. I got to 4.5k very quickly, but now I've stuck at 4.5k at 3 months. Any help? Grinding, like leveling up is going to be really hard for you, especially early on. Or especially right now, because like once you hit about 4.5k, players are pretty mechanically sound in that their ability to like right click and use spells and do things is very good. So like 4.5k up, like especially hitting 5k is all like efficiency and decision making. Like those are the two big things I would focus on if I were you. And what I mean by efficiency is not necessarily like using your combos in all the right ways or making sure that like all your auto attacks fit in perfectly. That's more like a 5.5k, 6k skill kind of thing. What I'm talking about is that every single second you're on the map, you're doing something, right? Like if you rewatch one of your replays, I am sure that there are like minutes where you just do nothing. Right? Because that's what it was when I was 4.5k. I'd be like our Razor, and I'd be having a really great game, and then from 15 minutes to 17 minutes, I'd spend the whole time running back and forth between top and mid lane because I didn't know what to do. Instead of hitting creeps in the jungle, pushing the wave out mid, gathering my team up for a gank down bottom, moving into the bottom to like farm those waves, you know, those kinds of things. So focus on that. And then the other thing I would focus on is decision making, in the sense that why am I here? What's the purpose? What am I accomplishing? Like, ask those 3 questions at every single stage. And that's the mentality that got me to 5K when I was 4.5. So if that doesn't work for you, come back and let me know, and then we'll figure out some other stuff for you. We're all different players, and like your strengths and weaknesses may not be the same as mine. Like, you may be really good at that stuff already, but that's my experience for most 4Ks. Alright, sorry, I'm playing this matchup now, so I'm not going to say any more about it. You can ask me later. I'll go Quaswex this time. So like there, you're positioning, you're just putting yourself in range for unnecessary auto attacks, right? There's no reason for you to walk up into range until a creep's ready to hit, right? Like against an Ember, that positioning is okay because he's melee and he's not going to hit you. But against an Invoker, you can't do that. Or against a Lina, like Lina's just going to smack you for free. And like now, like the creeps are on my hill, which is really good for me because it forces you to walk into the river if you want last hits. And like there, I probably should have played aggressive on you rather than try to fight you. But you fall for the fake attack a lot. Like, you know how I have like faking my auto attacks by stop canceling them? Like, you tend to fall for that quite a bit, and it's pretty hard not to be honest. But just keep that in mind, because it's a trick you can use to like get denies and that kind of thing. And you can see like you're low, so I just kind of walk back and then I hit you. Of course, that was bad. I took 2 tower shots. Cold Snap, like, one thing to be careful of against heroes that like can cancel your salve with like long range spells like Lina. Invoker can't anymore. He used to be able to with Cold Snap, but it no longer has damage on the initial proc. So it's just something to think about. I'll read that in a second, Dartend. It's just hard for me to read and play at the same time. So like for me as an Invoker, it's all about keeping my wave up here near on my hill. Because my goal is for you to be in the river. Because I can't dive you very well, but I can fight you if you're in a bad position. So like right now, like you're out in the river, and I can play aggro on you. Do you see what I mean? Like, that kill is basically set up by the fact that you're last hitting under your tower, and I'm just smacking you under your tower. So what you have to revise is your positioning under the tower. Right? Like, you have to position more defensively, rather than, like, trying to sit there and last hit under the tower. It's tricky, right? Because, like, a good player... And this is something, like, you're not going to see anyone in your bracket do that. No one's going to fucking aggro under the tower because they're scared of getting hit by it, right? Because they don't understand the aggro mechanics. But as you get higher and higher up, you're going to see people start doing that. And, like, if you can learn to do that, you can win a lot of lanes, because I basically got 3 or 4 free right clicks off on you, and that's why I was able to kill you. Right, because that like extra 100 damage or something was the difference between you being alive or not. And like now I just keep the wave here, and like all you do is you just raise. Something that's important about this matchup as well when you're playing Invoker is you want to save your Cold Snap and your Tornado for the last possible moment on raise, right? Like, I would never Cold Snap or Tornado you until you were like halfway through the animation of raise. And the point of that is that I'm trying to get you to waste time, right? So, like, be patient. When you use your spells matter. Like, as you can tell, I didn't last hit at all in that wave. I basically just uttered that game. Like, you have the same last hits as I did. I just played aggro against you.